All right, so next week, just so you guys all know, we're going to do something a little different.
We're gonna take a short little break from season 2, and we're going to have the dad run a little one-shot campaign.
From a company called Roll and Play Press, they have a book out called One Shot Wonders, where it's a bunch of random adventures, and we have some fun plans for it.
Next week, we're gonna roll randomly on a table of one-shot adventures and see what comes up.
Yep, and then we'll make some characters. So we'll take a little break, and then we'll be back the following week with the continued adventures of Hob. So
we'll see you then.
We'll see you then.
Bum, bada bum bum. Storm. Bada bum bum. Bum. Bada bum bum. Souls. Bada bum bum. Bum. Bada bum bum. Dragon. Bada bum bum. Bum. Bada bum bum. Roll. Dadventurous.
Welcome
back to another week of Dad.
I'm just letting you do it.
Dadventurous.
What? Dadventurous?
Yeah.
Is that where we are?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're back
here.
here.
You're saying that right now we're in the Dadventurous studio?
Yeah, our very fancy studio
Very
that's
fancy
definitely not just a bunch of blankets under my bed.
No, not at all. Very professional. 2 people. That's us.
With a folding table.
Anyway, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are ready for some more of this, whatever this is, this show, this...
Whatever you want to tag it as.
Yeah. It's a podcast.
Yeah.
We talk. There's
We talk
Dungeons
about-
and Dragons.
We talk about, like, monsters and weirdly, like, bland eulogies.
That's true.
English is hard.
First of all, offensive. My eulogy was beautiful. All right.
You're dead.
I don't think I have any updates other than
Thank you guys
you're all awesome
for listening.
Yeah,
you're
all
all
awesome. Everyone's awesome. And without further ado, I hand it to the dungeon master.
All right, are you ready for the recap?
I'm ready for the recap. Let's do it.
Last week on Dadventurous, you were back as Hob, because the previous episode you were playing as Alfred and had some pretty big story revelations about your backstory.
That's true.
However, we switched back to Hob's perspective, and you guys found some runes on this tree in the middle of the kobold camp that you were in.
The tree that Alfred's estranged sister was nesting in.
Do you remember her name?
Yeah, Olivia.
Nice.
How could I ever forget?
Pop quiz. Do you remember your dad's name?
Hobbs' dad?
Alfred's, without looking at the backstory.
Daniel?
Nice. You got it. Okay.
Nice. I
just
passed
wanted
everybody.
to wonder. And you found these runes on this tree, and they spelled out in Draconic, Sharuth.
Mm-hmm.
Yarg informed you, since you couldn't remember, that she was this big evil dragon lady that had basically had rampaged on the Sword Coast a long time ago. Like, we're talking like 1,000 years, maybe more here.
And she's supposed to be trapped, defeated, put away, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody's really quite sure if she's gone or not, but you do know.
A classic tale.
She'll be back.
Yep.
But yeah, you know that she was trapped down beneath Stormwreck Isle. You guys made your way back, and you actually found a little bit out about Yarg's backstory.
We did.
And how he might be related to Sharuth in one way or another. And you played an inspiring song on your lute, mediocre as always with a 10 every time you roll. And
nothing like
good, but you're not bad.
Yeah. It's like getting a really, really quality rendition of Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah. Every note perfectly.
Every note of a very simple song perfectly. Perfect. I'm glad I could provide that entertainment. I'm glad I don't have to actually play an instrument.
Yep. You're going to have to take time to learn it.
Yep.
But for now, you guys headed back to Dragon's Rest, where you arrived back and went and gave Tarak, the cook, I believe, his mushrooms that he had asked you to get from the Myconids. A heart cap and a ruby moral.
Yes.
And he told you that he could make something out of the ruby moral other than what he was going to make out of the heart caps. And he told you to meet him in 3 hours.
In 3 hours.
In the plaza next to the statue of the dragon.
That's true.
Now you have a rendezvous. After that, however, you went to the library to try and look up more about the island. Again, you kind of got, now that you were looking for it, you got this feeling that there's been stories for a long time about dragons being attracted to this island. And you heard a story about like a bronze dragon and a blue dragon like fighting over the southeastern tip of the island.
And there's a statue of a dragon in
there is a statue of a dragon in the main.
And Brian.
And Brian.
Yes, of course.
Your grandfather. But while you were looking things up, you were called over by a kobold named Rix. And he said that Runara had wanted to see you. Both you and Yarg. You guys went up, and Runara greeted you and told you that she had something to show you all. And then, promptly, to either your surprise or not, turned into a dragon.
She did indeed. I gasped.
A bronze dragon.
A bronze one.
Yes.
And is that where we are now?
She had told you that now you see me as I truly am. There's one last favor that I need to ask of you, as you have helped the citizens of Dragon's Rest. As adventurers, there is something more going on here, that the situation may be more dire than I thought.
I scream. Hob does.
Oh, Hob does? Right.
What? You were a dragon? Wait.
What?
And I looked at Alfred and I said, Alfred, did you know? Did you know that she was a dragon this whole time?
He shakes his head and goes, ooh.
Yarg?
He goes, well, I wasn't expecting it, but this is kind of cool.
And I look up at her and I say, so, were you the dragon the whole time? Or, like, are you a dragon that can turn human, or are you a human that can turn dragon? You know what I mean? Like, it's not super clear, but I love it.
Well, I'm a dragon. I am naturally a dragon, but I can enter a human.
He claps his hands together and he goes, I knew it! Boy, fascinating. And I pull in the feathered friends and I say,
feathered friends?
Or feathered.
Ooh,
the feathered
I
friends.
Like that.
Yes, the feathered friends. I hold them close and I say, boy, what adventures we get on to get together. Yes.
Runara clears her throat.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Something about the dragon and the bad stuff?
Yarg just elbows you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Whatever it is you need, we got you.
I love your attitude toward this.
Yeah.
I said that I needed your help one last time.
Perfect. Whatever it is, don't even need to tell me. We're on board, aren't we, gentlemen? And I look to my two feathered fang
Yarg
friends.
just nods.
Yeah. And Alfred, I look at Alfred and I give him the sup nod, you know?
All right, what do you think Alfred's nod is?
The sup nod. I go up with mine and give him like an eyebrow check at the same time. And he returns it, but he turns around first and then 180s his head so that it's looking behind him, and then he gives me the sup nod. And I say, I agree entirely.
Was that like a little bonding thing?
Yeah. No, it's just a communication we have.
Nice.
I know exactly what he said, obviously. I speak Alfred.
What do you think he said?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
I like this.
I don't know yet.
All right. Yes. Well, if I may provide a bit of context. She begins to pace. According to legend, 2 families of dragons came into being in the very first days of the world's creation. Bahamut, the noble platinum dragon, made the metallic dragons. gold, silver, bronze, like me, brass, and copper. The cruel five-headed Tiamat made the chromatic dragons. Red, blue, green, black, and white. The metallic and chromatic dragons, well, we share a mutual animosity that originates in the rivalry and enmity between Bahamut and Tiamat. Now, the origin of Dragon's Rest here and Stormrock Isle itself is rooted in that animosity. Ages ago, before...
I'm sorry. Just real quick.
What?
Just can we just back up slightly?
What?
What's enmity mean?
Like, you're gonna make me look it up. Like, fury and kind of hate.
Cool. I'm back on board.
I'm not sure if that's actually accurate, but
We're
going with it.
I'm pretty sure you're right,
Okay.
but Hob didn't know.
Okay.
And
Neither do I.
I'm like, all right, yeah, keep going.
All right. Ages ago, a fire-breathing red dragon called Sharuth. She rampaged up and down the Sword Coast, causing terror and havoc wherever she went. The three metallic dragons joined forces to battle Sharuth and barely imprisoned her beneath the ocean floor in this very place, believing that seawater could quench her fire and keep her bound forever. But according to legend, at least, it is said that her elemental energy created the volcanic activity that formed Stormrock Isle. It is a newer island.
So when they imprisoned her, there was no island here?
Yes.
Or is this like a chicken egg scenario? Like which came first, the island or the entrapped dragon?
Well, I believe chicken egg scenario.
You know.
Oh, this is fun. I believe it was Sharuth that came first.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't really know what's right anyway with the chicken egg thing. What do you think, Alfred?
What's his take?
Alfred looks and goes, ooh, and shrugs. That's how I feel, too. Anyway.
I like to think that was a neutral answer. And it is foretold by chromatic dragons that Sharuth may rise again, though it is in all likelihood that she's long dead. As, I mean, who could have survived that long in such a place? But, well, who knows?
Did I tell you about the runes on the tree yet?
What tree?
So, okay. A little bit of backstory from my end. Since last we met, Alfred, here on my shoulder,
Ooh.
he's a king, so that's cool.
Oh.
Yarg is also, like, super cool. You know Yarg. You've met?
Yes.
Yeah. It seems like Yarg and Alfred both know people who might know Sharuth or worship Sharuth. And we found runes on a tree that spelled out her name, like halfway across the island towards the Mushroom Folk Cave. So either they're just like fanning over her, you know, like,
Fanning.
whoa,
Okay.
Sharuth, she's so cool.
Uh,
She could burn everything. And we're like, no, that's bad. That could be what happened. Or there's something more sinister afoot.
that is interesting, surely. She kind of stops pacing a little bit. I will consider that. However, another creature wishing to not necessarily commune with her, as far as I know, but to harness Sharuth's power. Another creature such as that has arrived on this island. 100 years ago, there was a blue dragon here that came here to try to harness this destructive magic of Sharuth's that over the years has attracted other dragons to this island as well, both metallic and chromatic, making it a constant battleground. And many have left their marks here. The shipwreck, the strand where the Compass Rose was located was the death site of a golden dragon. There are other places throughout the island that are tied to their spirits left behind.
And what about chromatic dragons? There are some
Same
there.
thing.
Okay.
And this 100 years ago, this blue dragon named...
Borthvian. Bjorkington. I'm pretty sure it was a B. Might not have been a B. Borgosphere.
Named...
Brandon. Sorry.
Brandon?
Just Brandon.
Eldenamir.
I wasn't even a little bit close.
He came here and he attempted to harness this destructive magic. I was here back then, and I tried to convince him to not, as it would have spelled bad forthcomings for everyone. But he refused, and I was forced to take...
You totally had a super epic dragon fight, didn't you? I'm sensing it.
We're
I'm
calling
feeling
it.
it.
We're calling it aggressive diplomacy.
Ah,
Sorry, I couldn't help
little
it.
Star Wars reference for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, and you remember sailors telling tales of 100 years ago. And
Awesome. I say, that is so cool. I wish I could have seen it. I'm sure it was terrible or whatever, but you're cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I do regret that, as I added one more dragon grave to this island.
I see.
I have grown wary of strife, and Stormrock Isle's wounds are a constant reminder to the cost of this conflict between these two dragons. I decided to establish Dragon's Rest, undertaking human guise to try to help lost souls find their way.
A noble pursuit.
But now, I'm afraid that the same problem of 100 years ago has risen again.
You think Eldenimir's back?
Not precisely.
All right.
His descendant, Sparkrender.
Such a cool name, though. I mean, I know he's a bad guy, but these guys, they know how to brand. That's all I'm saying. Spark Render. That's
You
cool.
writing it down? Nice. Yep. One word. Yes, I suppose that could be true. And he has taken up residence on the southeast side of the island, the southeast tip. There's an old observatory there. It was once back when there were people living on this island, other than Dragon's Rest, and it is a very ancient place. The place where I fought Eldenamir.
And that, so you think that's like his kid or something, or Eldenimir's offspring, or?
From what I know, a descendant, yes.
Okay. Back for vengeance, maybe.
I think so, or at least trying to continue his elder's legacy.
All right.
5 days before you and Alfred arrived, Bob, and 3 days before you did, Yarg, there was a dragon wormling here. His name, another bronze dragon, named Adron, and he had come to the island a few months ago and studied with me at Dragon's Rest. But 5 days before your arrival, we got into a bit of a falling out, and he got mad and left. I am afraid that since he has not come back, he may have gone to the observatory. I dare not go there myself, as it would reopen old wounds and unwanted old wounds that would spell bad happenings.
So is the issue... Oh, sorry.
What I need you is to go and find out if Adron is okay.
Okay. And he's in this observatory.
Yes, on the southeast side of the island.
And is it only a problem when dragons fight that they create dragon graves that are problematic?
What do you mean?
Say I got into fight with Sparkrender. I say it all cool and stand upright. Would that, and he were defeated, would that cause more problems for the island as well with the graves?
The graves aren't all problematic. I mean, I know of I think there's a hot spring somewhere here that has healing properties. That was the death site of another dragon. I know they're not all bad.
I lean over to Yarg while she's talking, and I go, spa day later. After this, we're gonna hit that hot tub. You and me and Alfred. And I
fist bumps you.
Yeah, fist bump.
Nice.
Awesome.
Whatever you may do, I advise you to try to resolve the problem peacefully. But if worst comes to worst, then do your best. Oh, you need this to access the observatory. It's got a bit of enchantments going along with it. And she plods over to a small little alcove in the temple wall. Because you know that there were alcoves.
Yeah, I remember that.
She reaches in with one claw and pulls out a small, weirdly, it looks to be made out of like kind of clear stone. Not really quartz though, but it's like kind of like
Has
a clear
some opacity to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's about 3 inches long, 1 inch wide. It's how do you say that? Hexagonal?
Hexagonal, yeah.
Okay, hexagonal. And it's a prism. And as you bring it close, if you want to know what type of rock this is, I can give you it.
I mean, I'd investigate it, turn it over in my hands, see if
She hands
I
it
don't
to
know
you.
if I know much about rocks. Should I roll for it, like an intelligence thing?
Yeah, make a nature.
Nature check with a big old -1. Oh, my dice. Oh, no. Stand by, world. Drop my dice. Reroll. That is a natural 2.
Oh no.
So that
you
is
got
a
a
1.
You have no idea.
But it's shiny.
You know it's not quartz.
All right. Cool. Rock.
And
I hold it up to the light and see if I can see the dragon through it.
what? It's really fragmented. You can kind of like one of those things where you can see the outline,
Cool.
but it's really hard. At one end of the prism, there is a dragon's head kind of engraved on top of it.
Oh, cool.
She says, "You'll need this key
to get into the observatory?
to get into the observatory." Yes, it has been placed in my care. And
Dragon head key I'm adding to my bag as we speak.
from what I know, something to do with statues. But
the key?
the key,
Oh,
yes.
boy. All right.
But
Well, we are known for our investigative acumen and our problem solving, aren't we, gentlemen?
well, you're calling them all gentlemen now.
I don't know why.
Yes, we are.
Roger.
I'm pretty
So,
sure.
I'm not worried about it.
If Adrian is there, please try to bring him back safe.
Right. And if Sparkrender's there and he's like, "No, I don't like you, small folk. I'm gonna eat you." We're cool with a fight?
I mean, if it comes to it, yes.
And you think I got a chance, me and the Feathered Fangs?
I mean, yes. I think,
I was just wondering.
yeah.
All right. Hey, you know what? And I reach forward and I tap her on the foot. How big is she?
She's pretty big. She's probably like,
20 feet or something?
she's a large creature.
Okay, so she's probably like 20 feet tall or something?
Yeah, she's got probably like a 60-foot wingspan if she spread out her wings. So, pretty big.
Okay. Can I reach out and tap her on like the shin?
Yeah.
Okay, I reach out and tap her on the shin and I say, "You know what I do when I'm feeling lost and I have missing friends and my friends might be eaten by dragons?
That's oddly specific, but what?
I like to listen to a little song to cheer me up. And I would like to pull out my lute, since you dared me to get better at it.
Let's
And
see
I
if
would
you
like
roll
to
something
play
other than
a
a 10 this
song
time.
about how the lesson is not the hard part. The hard part is learning from it, which doesn't.
That's like deep, kind
It's
of.
like that's like my whole thing. It's like kind of deep stuff.
like deep stuff that's just so random. like,
and then I also throw in some references to, of course, how my grandfather Brian taught me about this lesson. And I point to the statue.
Renara is just like going along with it.
Performance check? Is that what you said?
Yeah, did you roll something better than a
rolled
10?
A 16. 15
You
plus
did it.
1.
Yes, you finally got something better than a 10. It's pretty good. And it's
I'm
like,
even impressed.
yeah,
when I'm done.
I think
I
you're a
finally
little
am
surprised
done.
by yourself.
And I finish it off with a classic Old Grandpa Brian, and then I strum and I bow deeply.
I like to think that she was humming along
Nice.
a little bit. And she goes, "That was surprisingly lovely. And thank you for that."
Yes, you're welcome. Now, which way to the bad dragons?
I would. Did you ever get a long rest? You literally just got back.
I didn't take any damage in that fight. So
It'd just be any abilities.
I have my abilities so I think I maybe took a short rest.
Okay.
Technically, as a fighter, I'm good.
All right, nice. And I think Yarg is 2.
Okay.
I would advise you to prepare as much as needed.
I was thinking about going down and talking to Tarok. He had some gooey mushroom juice for me.
He always is fiddling around with the mushrooms.
Tell me, Runara, what's your plan here? If all this works out and Adron is fine, you gonna keep making the place cool for Destinies, or?
Yeah. Yes, I think that's what I found. That's what I'd like to do.
And
Helping people find their way.
If I find Sparkrender, and I'm like, "Hey, you can't be here. That's bad," and he fights me and whatever. What about Sharuth and her deal? Do we need to solve that, or are you feeling good about it?
She kind of tilts her head and just seems to think for a little bit. I don't know much of anything about what might be happening, and I try not to dwell on it too much. But yeah, I don't know. I think to wait for now would be better, and to just be on alert.
Deal with the problem at hand?
Yes.
All right. Well, I just want to say thanks again for the opportunity to fulfill my destiny. And I'll see you later for dinner time. And then I wander off.
You just walk away.
Yep, I walk away.
She looks a little flabbergasted, but lets you go.
Okay.
You kind of notice Yarg behind you kind of just stay for a little bit and then just do a quick bow to Runara and then run after you. He seemed very excited.
I like to think Alfred was sitting there on the ground while I was playing. And I say, "Alfred, don't forget to give Grandpa Brian a kiss." And I'm going to have Alfred fly up to peck Brian on the head.
Runara, you kind of hear Runara just... But she lets you go.
All right.
And she seemed a little kind of offended that Alfred pecked what you assume is a statue of your Grandpa Brian on the head.
Well, I don't know any better. So,
I just love that you're going to go this entire campaign without knowing who the statue is. I even tried to tell you.
Hey. I know exactly who it is. It's Brian.
True.
I would like to head to Tarok's place.
Right. Say with the time you spent at the library, plus your conversation with Runara, as you're kind of leaving, you see, kind of out of the corner of your eye, another flash of light.
Which direction?
From the temple.
Where she's come from?
Yeah, the same kind of flash of light that she used to transform.
I assume she's coming back to human form?
Yeah.
Super cool. I say that out loud. Super cool. And then I kick the door in. Is there a door?
Nope.
Oh, dang it. I softly pad my way in.
Oh, I was wondering if you just kicked the fabric flap.
Yeah,
it wouldn't work
I do
at
a
all.
roundhouse kick to the fabric and then try not to get my foot caught in the thing.
Make an acrobatics.
Oh boy. Acrobatics?
Yeah.
A 17.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, you definitely roundhouse kick it and it flips open.
And I step inside.
And you step
perfectly.
inside and then it shuts behind you.
And I say...
And then Yarg has to open it to come back in.
And I say, Tarok, my good buddy, I'm here for my mushroom powers.
He jumps a little bit. He's been working at his work table.
Nice.
The ruby moral is it's kind of weird, but he's got it up on a stand and he's poking at it with some tweezers.
All right.
He's just seeming to be experimenting a little bit. And he goes, oh, you're, you're back. You startled me. I think it's almost ready. Give me a couple of minutes.
Hey, no problem. Did you know that Runar is a dragon?
Wait, I need to look up. Did he know that?
Because I don't think she told me to keep her secret.
You didn't? She didn't. I don't actually remember if they know.
You just gotta wing it. Your decision. You know, like one of the good ones. You know, there's like the bad dragons, you know. And I like get close to him, put my arm around him, and I try to explain. I point at the red mushroom, and I say, you know, like the red ones, those are bad. And there's like, they breathe fire and all that stuff. Well, she's one of the shiny ones, and she gave me a mission. And turns out that my destiny is to help save a dragon.
Well, interesting that she'd reveal it. Jeez.
Well, I'm pretty cool. You'll get there one day, and I pat him on the back.
He looks a little offended. And like he kind of like rubs his neck where his tattoos are, and then he's like, "Well, yes, give me a couple minutes."
While I'm next to him, within close proximity, can I perceive the tattoos really closely?
Yeah, make a... Oh, where is that? Are you trying to just look at them? Or are you trying to find something?
I want to know what they are, so I'm finding patterns, shapes, etc.
Make a history check.
A history? That isn't bad. It'd be a 12. No, a 13.
A 13. I'm gonna have Yarg make that too. Because that's actually... Ooh, we got it. It's actually a really interesting backstory piece, so I wanted to wonder. You're a little... He, like, turns away from you a little bit, because as he's going back to making the potion, he's got all his bottles and, like, tongs out. And you kind of don't really notice anything. It's very abstract, like, design. It's a cool, like, swirly kind of twists and things. But Yarg kind of just goes, huh, hey, Tarak. But did you used to work on the coast? And he goes, I mean, yes, I've not this coast. I used to work back in Outergard. It's far to the southeast, but...
Were you a pirate?
No.
Dang it. Would have been really cool to meet a dragon and a pirate on the same day.
Well... Yeah, I used to work back in Outergard as an apprentice alchemist. Can you please make an insight check?
What? Yeah, what is I can't tell if you're just being silly. That is a 16.
Nice. He is lying.
He's lying?
You're not quite sure what about, but he is.
I look at him square in his eyeballs, and I say, Tarak, we are friends now, am I right? With the whole mushroom thing? Good friends.
He just blinks at you.
He just blinks at me. I would like to offer you something.
Gonna bribe him?
Yep, for the truth. And I would like to pull out a 20-pound bag of cloves that I got on the ship.
So many cloves.
I believe you gave me a bag of cloves.
That was a lot of cloves.
And I say, I know you're a cook, and I know you like spices. And so I offer you this 20-pound bag of your backstory. And I put it on the table.
I love that you just like try to bribe people.
Hey, you know what? I want stories. I'm excited.
It's really funny too because I think you have a -1 on intelligence checks, which is like everybody's thing.
Yep. Just me to persuade him.
I think make a persuasion check. He's looking a little apprehensive.
It's fine. It's a 14.
He says, thanks, and he pushes it back towards you. I think I'm good on spices for now.
Oh, Tarak, you mysterious little, fox. That's your new name.
What?
Tarak the fox.
But I like octopuses.
Yeah, but you're tricky. I like it. A good backstory. I'm gonna find out one day. You're gonna tell me all your secrets, and it's gonna be awesome.
Sure. If you'll excuse me.
I excuse myself.
All right. Yarg walks out and behind you, and he kind of pulls you aside at the statue of the bronze dragon Adron.
Mm-hmm.
Or wait, sorry, no, not Adron.
Aztamel.
Astalagan.
I was close. Astalagan, yep.
Yeah. And he goes, wait. So Tarak is he's like a spy.
He's a spy?
Or he used to be, I don't know. In his tattoos. He has like a little, like a rope in his tattoos. I don't know. I forget what it's called. But, and from what I know, from what I've read when I was traveling, that's the mark of the Gilded Gallows. And it was a thieves' guild in Eltergard.
Oh, cool. So he wasn't a pirate, he was a thief. That's just as cool.
That's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. I'm gonna get that out of him later over a mushroom dinner.
Interrogation. I like it. Yeah. So Tarak has a different side to him now.
Cool.
A few minutes later, he comes out.
I see him coming and I say, "Who's that I spy? Is that Tarak?" And I kind of wiggle my eyebrows weird.
Just like, you've been waiting here for like 15 minutes.
It's true. I just didn't want to come infiltrate your shop anymore and spy what you were working on. So I just stayed out here to be sort of hidden and nonchalant. Very subtle. I'm a very subtle person.
He goes, okay, as thanks for your dealing with the threat to the Myconids. He hands you a little bottle.
A bottle?
A bottle. And it's got this weird red liquid inside, but it's almost got like little flecks inside. You're not quite sure if they're things or if that's just how the liquid looks. You're not quite sure how it works, but there's little light-colored flecks inside, and it's this red potion.
Okay.
And he hands it to you and says,
"Ooh, what is this?"
"That is an elixir of health. I haven't been able to make one in a while, but I haven't been able to get a ruby more in a while either. It's good for curing all sorts of things. Any like magical contagions, if you're poisoned, it's kind of a cure-all remedy, but it's very useful."
Awesome. Thank you, Tarak. I will treasure it forever. Or until I need it, unless I need to drink it. Then I won't treasure it forever. I'll treasure it until that moment, and then I'll think of it fondly later.
You're so funny with your role playing, because you're just like kind of awkward, but like so confident.
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, that's basically how my stats worked out.
Is that Brannigan 2.0?
Yeah, he got a high dex and a high constitution and a high strength and a low everything else.
All right. He kind of like does a little, not necessarily a bow, but like, the little like head dip.
Yeah.
He goes,
instead of the sup nod, which is up, it's the
down.
The acknowledgement nod, which is down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, understood completely. I fully understand the nod hierarchy.
The nod hierarchy. And then there's Alfred's, you turn 180 degrees and then you do the sup.
Yeah, that's Alfred specific.
He says, "I hope that will be of use to you.
Me too.
I believe dinner is in..." He kind of like looks at the sun a little bit and says, "Like an hour, I think."
Okay, hey, do you know of the observatory that's southeast of here?
Oh. I've heard it exists. What's about it?
Just wondering if you know how far away it would be by foot.
Based on how big the island is, I don't know, a couple hours.
Okay. Well, then maybe that's something best set out for in the morning.
Yes, but wait, you're going to the observatory?
I am indeed. My destiny awaits.
Well, I suppose that's why you're here.
That is why I'm here. Well, I'll see you at dinner. And then I slap him on the shoulder and walk away. As I do.
Where do you go?
I think I would like to go to the beach where I was knocked unconscious.
All right. Yeah, you can go down. There's a path down the cliff face. There's stairs cut in.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a difficult climb. It's a little slick, but it's fine. It's kind of a short sandy beach where you're kind of in this cove almost,
Mm-hmm.
where there's cliffs on all sides, and then there's just this little beach that kind of spans the length of the cove. It's not very long. It goes around. It's kind of wet, kind of dreary. There's the single dock that you remember docking at.
Mm-hmm.
All those, like, all of 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Is it?
it's kind of rocky.
Okay.
Kind of like
Rickety rocky.
the rocks mixed with the like pebbles / large sand.
Making cool noises as it laps the
Yeah.
shore. I would like to go out to the end of the dock to dangle my feet in the water.
All right, the rowboat is here.
The rowboat is here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I would like to go for a night ride.
Ooh, a sunset ride.
A sunset tour.
Nice.
I want to hop into the rowboat and untie it.
Do you invite Yarg? He's just kind of like, what you doing?
I am going to train
No.
because I feel like the road ahead may be difficult. And the only thing more difficult than a road is a boat. And so I figure if I can train on land, I should train on sea.
Ooh, nice.
Just in case. So you're welcome to
That's
join
good.
if you like, or whatever you need to do, but I'm going to go out and practice my forms.
I think I'll stay here. He plops down on the dock and kind of dangles his feet over the edge. He's too short, though, and so his feet don't touch the water. And he pulls out a couple bottles from his sack and pulls out like a couple jars of ingredients and says, I think I'll be doing my own kind of prepping.
All right. And I go out and I row out far enough that can I see the wreck of the Compass Rose area?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You get past this cove. You remember coming out this way. And it's farther down, but you can see it.
Okay.
And it would take an hour or two maybe to row.
I just want to get out far enough to see it.
Yep.
But is it still gone?
You see these familiar jagged, spiky rocks jetting up. You see the dragon bones that you now know are from there spiking up. You even spot like the rib that the wreck of the Compass Rose was like crashed onto, but it is nowhere to be seen. It's like it was never there.
Bizarre. And so I would like to row out to, I don't know, a couple 100 yards from shore or whatever. I can probably still see Yarg maybe a little bit.
Yeah, you can see him on the dock. You
And
occasionally
then-
see like the occasional like puff of color.
Okay. Is there an anchor?
Yeah. Well, there's a rope.
But there's no anchor.
There's no anchor.
Oh, well, I take the row or the oars and I stick them inside, and then I would like to stand up on the boat
You do
bench.
have like things that you could make into an anchor if you wanted.
I do?
I mean, you have like 3 crowbars.
Yeah. I will tie my crowbar and a dagger that I found together on a long rope, and I would like to throw that into the ocean to act as an anchor.
Nice, I like that.
And then I want to, once it's set, I want to stand so that my feet are on either side of the boat,
Ooh, nice.
like I'm trying to test my balance, and pull out my spear. And then me and Alfred are going to work on forms out here, fighting forms out here, and I'll say things like, cresting wave, and I'll do like an overhand attack, and Alfred will do some crazy slash up with his talons, and then I'll say like drill attack, and I'll spin my spear really fast, and Alfred will spin around, and we're just gonna spend some time training out here in the evening sun.
All right, I like that. I don't even remember what he sounded like. All right. As you are training out, to your west, so to your left probably, the sun is beginning to set on the horizon. It's still like daylight, but it's that waning.
Yeah.
And you're practicing with Alfred. You're doing some cool moves. You maybe like lose your balance once or twice, but you regain it. You never fall. It's pretty calm out here. As you're training though, can you make a perception check?
Oh boy. Oh geez. Ha. Good luck beating my 7. Just kidding. I rolled terribly. I got a 7.
Well, I also rolled terribly. I'm going to say, since I got a 2, this is not a very sneaky guy.
There's a guy?
he's more than just a guy. As you kind of spot something out of the corner of your eye in the water.
I pause and I rest my spear downward toward that point, and I try to stop the ripples from happening. Can I, investigate it further?
There is a little bit. There's a weird color difference in that water, and you're trying to figure out what it is. It almost looks like a shape. There's some ripples, maybe it
Oh no!
tries to dart under the boat a little bit, but you can see where it went because it was not very stealthy at all. And then it goes under the boat.
And
then it pops up over the back, and you make a history check as a weird cross between a fish and a humanoid.
I got a 14. Do I remember?
You remember this marrow that attacked the merchant ship you rode to Dragon's Rest on.
Wow. Beautiful. I did this to myself, didn't I?
Yeah.
Wow, I should have just chilled on the beach with Yarg. I say...
He goes, "Ha ha! I see you we meet again. Whatever your name was."
Hey, you! Oh no, you! And then I grab my spear and I hold it out and I say, "You don't belong here. This is an island for dragons."
"Yes, but the waters belong to the Scaled Queen, and she demands her payment."
Oh no!
And can you roll initiative?
Hey, yeah, I would love to roll initiative.
I was wondering if I would bring this guy back.
That's great. I got a 5.
I got a 7.
Nice.
We're both rolling really bad.
Really high rolls here.
All right.
Nice. Does he clamber up onto the boat?
Yeah, he clambers up.
How big is this boat?
It's like a rowboat, so it's probably
we're just within
feet,
5 feet of each other. Awesome.
All right. You were kind of caught off a little guard by this.
Was.
He hauls himself up onto the boat.
Ugh,
it is a very small,
disgusting fish
rowboat.
person.
Oh, that burns. And he pulls out, kind of holstered at his side, it's got a rope attached to it, and you recognize this as a harpoon, but it's made out of this weird, material. It's got, barnacles on it.
This guy basically has a spear.
Yeah, this
and
guy
I have a spear.
basically has a spear, and you have a spear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I just set the scene real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that from Yarg's point of view,
Yarg just,
if he were to look out,
looks up from his potion making as, an explosion goes off in his face, and he's like, "Ooh, wait, is that Hub?"
Yeah, and there's just me with my spear forward and this thing with its spear forward, my true arch enemy, and the sun is setting.
Actually really cool.
All right, the dumbest fight ever.
And then Alfred is flying all majestically behind you, and then he goes, "Ooh."
Yeah, a battle cry. All right.
All right.
I'm ready.
And he's going to spin out his harpoon and is going to slither up to you and try and hit you. He got a 21.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Bring it on, fish dude. Mm-hmm.
You take... Oh, I'm so sorry. That was max damage. 10 damage.
Ooh, this is going to be a fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you are level 3 now.
Excuse me. Awesome.
Yeah, and kind of hisses a little bit.
And I say, "You're not the only one with moves." And so now it's my turn?
Yeah.
I would like to... Okay, I'm just going to reach forward with my spear. I'm going to spin it around, and I'm going to say, "Alfred, shark bite!" And I'm going to take my spear and go downward from the top at this thing as Alfred flies from underneath my legs up with his talons forward. We have a crocodile shark bite pinch maneuver.
I like it.
That is a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Aha! That thing takes 7 damage.
Ooh. All right.
And then Alfred would fly up with his thing and he would do a 14 to hit.
That also hits.
Ha! And he, of course, does 1 damage.
All right.
So 8 total damage from us.
You kind of slash into him, and his blood is blue.
Cool.
This weird fish creature thing, and he hisses and says, "Two can play at that game, eh?" and is going to bite you.
A bite attack. All right.
And
I try to block with my spear, but
he gets a 12.
a 12 does not hit.
All
I
right.
stick my spear in his jaw.
He like
sideways, yeah.
And he like gnaws on it and then lets it go.
Awesome. Can I turn this into a maneuver as a battle master fighter?
Ooh, yeah.
I would like to
Oh, yeah, you got a new
Yeah,
subclass.
I would like to try the shove maneuver. And I know he can swim, but it's just fun. I would like to use one of my superiority dice that I got to shove this thing.
Right?
And so you need to succeed on a your choice strength or dex saving throw,
He is better at strength for sure.
which is...
I got a 15.
Aha, dang it.
He has a plus
I tried
4.
to shove him... I was trying to shove him away, but he
All right.
manages to find back.
He kind of like leans back, but he's on his tail, and so kind of
And
regains
because
his
I
balance.
plan to go to sleep after this, and this is ridiculous, I'm going to use my once a day action surge to get another action.
Oh, nice.
So I push him, it doesn't work. I spin the spear so he has to like spit it out, and then I go for an attack underneath. Quick attack with my spear.
What's this one called?
Quick attack.
Oh, nice.
I spin it around and go, quick attack, and
You're a
jab
Pokemon.
super fast. And then I got a 16,
Yes.
no, 17 to hit.
Does hit.
All right. That is 9 damage
Ooh.
from this. Alfred flies up and goes, nope, he misses. He flies right past.
All right.
Got a 3.
9 damage.
Yep, 9 damage from my spear attacks.
He's looking a little hurt.
Take that, you scaled queen follower.
Yeah, he's not wearing actually a lot of armor, but he does have scales.
I say to him, the only thing that we're finding out here tonight is which one of us gets to live up to their destiny. And then
and
that's
only.
it.
Oh, nice. This is
That's
like
my turn.
the most. This is like actually legit like the coolest duel that has happened yet.
Oh yeah, and I'm rocking on the boat. Is that a problem at all?
Oh yeah.
We're
So that was
being
your turn.
Super cool.
Second top of the round. But as you kind of dance back and forth a little, the boat starts to rock. And you kind of wobble a bit. He also wobbles a bit
All right.
because he does not have land legs. And so you guys can please make dexterity saving throws, and so will he.
Ooh, no, for me, that is a 6.
I got an 18.
I got a natural 2. So I say that cool line, and then
You say that cool line, and the boat rocks, and you just like, and lose your footing
and tumble into the water.
into the water.
Okay, sploosh.
You can swim.
I can swim, but so can he, I'm sure.
Yes.
All right. I kind of try to come to, and I prepare myself, but I don't think it's my turn.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's true. Alfred went, right?
I missed, yeah.
Okay. He goes, ha ha! You're in my world now. And jumps in next
Oh
to you.
boy.
And he is a lot more natural in this.
For sure. For sure.
In this area.
Okay.
And he is going to, again, take a swipe at you with his harpoon.
Okay. I'm ready.
And
ready.
tries to hit. I'm assuming any 11 doesn't hit.
11 does not hit.
All right. He kind of swims away. He's kind of just like not necessarily out of your range, but just like strafes to the
Okay.
side. And
So he's just like around the side of
Yeah.
me. Okay. So now it's my turn.
yeah, it's your turn. You are currently in the water.
All right. I think attacking might be a disadvantage in the water. So I'm going to, with disadvantage, try to hit him with my
All right.
spear. First attack's pretty good. Second attack's better. So the 10, but plus 6 is still 16.
Yep, that hits.
Ha-ha!
You manage to stab into him.
Bubbling through the water that is in my mouth, I take a deep breath.
It's cold.
I take a deep breath and I go under, and underwater I yell, seaweed slice.
It comes out as.
That is 10 damage.
Ooh, nice. He's starting to look a little hurt,
Nice.
right? All right.
Can I try to clamber back up onto the boat? I guess
I'm
he'd
gonna-
probably get an attack or
He
something.
would get an opportunity attack, as it is technically moving out of his range. You could. I'm gonna say it'd take you.
I'm gonna
twice.
try.
It'd take you half your movement.
If I'm not
probably.
too far away, I would get.
You're right next to it.
Okay. I want to try to climb back up onto the boat. You want me to roll? Oh, he's gonna roll to hit me.
Yeah, he's gonna roll to hit you.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you can, just get onto the boat, but it's gonna take half your movement.
Okay.
He is going to try and hit you with a. No. Gonna try and swipe at you with his claws for. That's bad. An 18.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right.
You're a bad guy. Hit me.
That's true.
Hit me. Stop
Um,
trying to hit me and hit me. Little Matrix reference for anybody out there?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
I love all the references that
Yep.
we're doing. I mean, you're doing aggressive diplomacy right
That's
now.
right.
So you take 9 damage as he swipes at you with his
But
claws. They
I'm-
are very sharp.
Yeah, but I do manage to get back up.
Yes.
Okay.
You are now onto the
I
boat.
clamber back up and I spittle out the water and I say, Alfred, prepare yourself for the finale.
Ooh. As you're saying this and having this epic duel, we cut back to Yarg on the shoreline, who's just like, kind of just like humming to himself and making and like adding ingredients into his potions and kind of watching. He's like, I wonder what's got him into such a tizzy. I mean, like, is it like, did he fall in or did you jump in? Is he swimming? We cut back to you.
All right. It's not my that was the end of my turn.
That was the end of your turn.
Oh no,
Alfred
he just
did
slashed
not,
me.
or
Oh no, that was an
Alfred did
opportunity
not go.
attack. Ooh, all right. Alfred could he attack this guy? Is he at the surface?
Yeah, he would have been at the surface.
Okay, Alfred. Yeah,
with
Alfred
getting an
got
opportunity
a
on you.
16.
Yeah.
So 1 damage.
1 damage.
Alfred swoops down right across the top of the water and slashes at the top of this thing's head.
Ooh, nice. It kind of yelps, but
Mhm.
starting to look more hurt.
Do I still have a bonus action?
Yeah.
Because I climbed up.
You climbed
I got
up, which
attacked.
was movement.
I'm going to use,
attacked.
because of that attack, I will use my bonus action, and I'm going to second wind myself.
Nice. What does that do?
That's me healing myself as a fighter, and I heal myself +3 for 9 hit points.
All right. Nice.
So I negated that slashing attack he essentially just did.
You call down Alfred, and he, as we've decided is how you do it, he flies around you in a circle and creates a breeze that
a
ruffles
fresh
your
breeze.
hair.
Yes, it ruffles my hair. I dry up a little bit.
Oh, nice.
All right, it's his turn. I'm back in the boat, standing
Right, he's
ready.
Back in the boat. It is a really small boat, so movement basically doesn't matter. However, he will not be able to move once he gets onto the boat. It is half his movement, and he can only move 10 feet on land. So you see him like disappear from the surface for a little
Oh no!
bit, and then he launches out
Nice.
and lands on the boat, making it rock a little bit, but not enough. And he is going to snarl at you.
Snarl
and-
all you want, buddy.
Take a swipe with his claws for, 25.
It hits. I love this fight. This is great.
Your arch enemy.
Yes.
Okay, you take 8 slashing damage.
Back down again.
Hey, you healed
I
1
did heal.
point.
All right.
It is now your turn.
Okay. And I say, enough of these games. I'm ready for the game over. And I
Oh.
go for the spear attack once more. A natural 17
Nice.
plus
yes.
lots.
That
and-
hits easily.
Full damage.
Of?
12 damage.
Oh,
And at the same time, I say, Alfred, finish him. I don't know if he can. Alfred does
He
hit.
is looking very hurt.
Alfred does hit with you said a 15 hits?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alfred hits for 1 more damage.
He's looking very hurt.
Oh no, okay.
And he's, like, kinda bleeding
bonus action,
a little.
He did. Do I want to do it? I'm going to bonus action drink a potion.
Ooh, nice.
'Cause
You finally
I
used one of the potions.
Finally using one, and I'm worried he's gonna get a crit or something. So
Alright.
I heal 4.
I think we decided that. Oh, bonus
Action. I actually did very good. I heal for 10 health,
Ooh, nice. All right. You get that back easily.
and then now it's his turn. Hopefully that will
Alright.
keep me up enough.
And yeah, he's going to snarl at you and says, Scaled Queen did not get her tribute before. She will now, one way or another. And He is going to, He's gonna, as his desperate last stand,
Nice. Bring it on, come on.
is going to take a swipe at you with his claws first.
Okay.
And he is going to roll to hit for 21.
That hits.
9.
I'm glad I healed. Okay.
And he is going to kind of use that as a bit of a distraction and lunge in for a bite.
A bite as well?
He does have a multi-attack
Oh, no. All right.
as his desperate last stand. So.
All right, bring it on.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Oh, no. Okay.
If I go down again, this is going to be great. All right.
Yarg will be the one that saves you. Okay.
Yarg's going to have to finish the mission by himself.
Does 10?
10 damage?
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
Yes! Okay. That was rad.
Barely.
Do you have like 2 health or something?
I have 2 health.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Well, he's pretty low too.
So now it's my turn.
Yes,
I'm beaten. I'm ragged. I'm exhausted. I look him square in the eye and I say,
They blink at you.
yeah. And I say,
Speedily.
the lesson's not the hard part. It's learning from it. And I'm going to...
The question is, what if you don't roll enough?
I know, but that is an 18 naturally.
Yes, that hits.
I am going to roll my damage dice. I would like Alfred to swoop over my shoulder, tussling my hair. I'm going to roll for him too.
Right.
That'd be a 14?
Yes.
Wonderful. So this plus my damage plus 1 from Alfred. And I have a plan if this does what I want it to do. So that is 9 damage plus 1 from Alfred is 10 total damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
You got twice the amount of damage you needed.
Wonderful. I would like to, with 2 health remaining in the worst fight ever, I would like to take my spear and I would like to scoop this. I would like to hit him in the stomach so he doubles over.
Good.
And then using my feature and trait that I have, one of my superiority die, I would like to use bait and switch, which essentially makes it so that we can swap places.
Ooh.
But I would like to, if you're okay with it, I would like to hit him in the stomach so he's bent over, and then I would like to fling him off the edge of the boat into the water.
He yowls as he goes and says, "No, the queen will be disappointed in general." And then he splashes into the water.
And I say, "That's right. Tell your queen Hob said hello." And then I want to quickly start rowing back to shore because that's
You're
hard.
scared now.
Whether or not that guy survives is kind of, maybe he's my enemy in the future.
Yeah, your real arch enemy.
But I knocked him unconscious.
Nice.
And I quickly rowed to shore with the sun.
The sun is setting majestically in the background.
Yeah, okay.
And you reach the dock, and Yarg just looks up. "Oh, how was your swim?"
Training went well. I need to sleep now.
"Oh, all right." And that is where we will end this episode.
That was wonderful. Oh boy, that was intense. Random fight. I loved that. Thank you.
He had 5 hit points left.
I had 2 in the end.
Nice.
We were evenly matched. Wow, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for that.
That was random because I didn't expect you to go out in the water really at all.
I don't know why I did. Now I regret it, but it worked out barely in my favor.
Hey, you survived.
I did. I did
This
barely.
time.
Oh man, that was great.
Nice.
Okay, I'm excited for next week. I got to go deal with a dragon.
Huh.
All right.
You have to
that's
go deal with
exciting.
the dragon with maybe some hot springs because you said you wanted a spa day.
That's true. I don't know if that's a reward. Then maybe that's a reward. I don't know.
Free ticket to the natural hot springs.
Ooh, a hot spring sounds nice right about now. In real life.
In real life.
And in my character's life. All right. Thank you all for listening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me almost dying for the second time.
Third time, I think.
Yep, you're right. Hob is a fragile character.
He's heroic, though.
Yeah.
And thank you for your heroic patronage.
Wow, that was beautiful. All right. And I think that's everything from us. So we will see you next week
on
Dadventurous.
Dadventurous.